All right, folks, we're back. And we're going to do a quick overview of what was done. As you can see, it's all dried in. So we have that left over there to do. And that one over the window has been done. You can see it's drying out right now. Still a little dampness left in the mud. And we got this to finish. Okay. That one to finish. That one to finish. Okay. Then you'll see up here, we got that done. Remember the mud? And still drying right there. All that's still damp. Where the big hole was, you can see, built out, hole covered. So now I'm gonna cut this down, and put a finisher's coat, a thin coat over that, and it's gonna be smooth like this side over here, cut down. I'm gonna blend it along the line here, finish this one up here, run it into where the fan goes. Okay, so that's pretty much sealed up. No more big hole. Finisher coat goes on next, and I'll cut it down and smooth it, and then I'll put the finisher coat on, and it'll be smooth and looking just like this here. So all this nice and smooth. Blend it into the wall. So that's how that'll look. So all the hard work is done, and that was building it out to get to this point, which was, you remember the big hole and how it was all big deep cracks and stuff like that. So that's been taken care of. So my next project to build out will be this closet right here. And as you can see, I have this here meshed all up and ready for mud. So I'm gonna put the mud on top of this, and it's gonna be nice and smooth. I'm gonna cut it, and it will be finished. And this will be ready for paint as well. So this is the closet. This is the closet area. Repair that. Repair back in here, all back there. I'm gonna mud all that up. Fresh mud. And smooth. Okay? So that's the update. And that's where we're at. So we're getting down to the last little bits. And basically finisher coats and just smoothing things over and prepping the rest for paint. So then I'll bring you guys back in when I set up the sprayer, because I'm gonna spray this. Like all of this stuff here, the doors are gonna come off, the hinges, and remove the doors. I'm gonna mask the windows up. Gonna put tape all around here to mask all of this up. So no overspray gets in there when I start to spray. And so when it's all done, I'll just peel the tape off, and it'll be nice and pretty, and it'll be perfect paint lines, which will make the room look 100% better. All right? So you guys got the update on that. Once again, you can see no more hole, and it's just repairing the cracks now. So we got the big stuff done. So you want to do the big stuff with the big holes and missing pieces of the wall. You want to get those things done first because they are done in phases and you're doing a major repair. So you kind of want to, do all of that heavy stuff first, and then your light stuff comes later. So as you can see, and then we clean up as we go. You see how the stuff was on the floor and how it's all up. So we clean up and wipe the floors up to get all the heavy stuff off the floors. These floors are going to be sanded and re-stained. But, we just clean them up and prep them and keep them kind of looking decent until we get to that point where the floors are going to be sanded and re-stained, and I'm going to put polyurethane back on. So they're going to look new and fresh with the new paint job. So that's pretty much it. And as you can see here, that's the chimney area all redone all the way down, The baseboard is now up level, sitting on the floor like it's supposed to be and not down in the floor. So I have to put a thin coat of mud over there on this side going to that door, which is a finisher's coat. And repair this right here, bathroom wall here. And all the blue tape just are just basically represents the bad spots that need to be repaired. So when you see the blue tape, that's just marked areas that needs to be repaired. And as I repair, I just remove the blue tape off because this is going to be the work area. Same as it was over here. So all the blue tape has been removed except those two spots up there. So when I reach those two spots, I'll remove the tape from there, the markers, and I'll repair as you see where the tape begins and ends. Okay? So we're approaching the finish line here. And we'll be ready for paint. And we'll be doing the floors next. And we're going to be putting in new ceiling fans. I have brand new ceiling fans. Brand new ceiling fans. We put new ceiling fans in. New outlets. New light switches. New outlets. As you can see, this outlet is damaged. Completely broken off at the bottom there. So we'll be replacing that. New covers, new light cover switches, new outlet covers as well with the new outlets. So that's kind of where we at. And then we'll make our way to the bathroom area here. And we'll start on this here area here, which is small mudding, mostly screw holes and stuff where people just had stuff hanging. And we'll reinstall the toilet. We're gonna put a new vanity in here. That's gonna be new. Okay. Okay, guys. And one other thing, when you're doing the home repairs, such as I'm doing, it's always good to get yourself set up with the 3M. Let you guys take a look at that. Model number. It's the Pro. Okay? So you always want to have yourself set up with your respirators. You always want to use that. A lot of the houses, dust, asbestos, things of that sort. So you always want to get yourself set up with a respirator. And that will be always wise to use. Okay? And this is the shop table. This is kind of how we set up when we come in. This here is your paper that we're going to put down on the floor, and we're going to mask the floor all off before I spray. Tape up all the baseboards and mask them off. This is the kitchen floor. We're doing that as well. This is the sprayer over here that I'm going to be using to do the spray for the paint. So, new ceiling fans. All new ceiling fans. New locks. I'm going to put on. So, just a lot of little final touches we're going to be doing. And we just kind of like to keep our stuff organized. And this is like a scaffold set. Basically, these are scaffolds. We just turn them into like workstations where they can be multiple use. Still be used as a scaffold. Take the table off, use it as a scaffold. Or you can set up all of the work stuff you're going to be using during your project. And pull from your desk right here, your work desk here. And it's on wheels, so it can move around in different rooms. So right now, this is all in the dining room because we have our other scaffold set. Turn the light on here. We have our other scaffold set up here. This is the woodwork area, where we cut off all our wood and trim. We have to make new trim or anything like that. We just have our scrap wood and, set up. Building kitchen cabinets, drawers, or whatever. So this here is actually for the kitchen floor here. So it's been marked, ready. So we just giving you guys a quick overview of how you set up when you're doing these projects. And we take down all the hardware, we mask up the windows, mask the windows up, prep everything all around the woodwork as you can see. Got to put new outlets in, we remove those. Okay. So you guys just get a good overview of this work downstairs. This is all downstairs work. Basically, it's been done. So we'll be just prepping the floors and stuff like that. As you can see, all the carpet has been removed. All the tack strips are lifted. So we got to get the staples out. Right underneath there, all the little staples. We'll get those out. And then we'll just finish, the rest of the project. So this is like our little workstations, and each station, that's the drywall station. Always got to have some sounds, the DeWalt radio sounds. We always got to have some sounds, rock out while you're working out. So this is how we stay organized, and we don't have stuff, just tools everywhere, and just crazy. This is our other setup for the epoxy here. Each station for the flooring. As you can see, we're doing the repairs to that. And then in the kitchen, we got to repair this in here. Do some small mudding work up in here, which is not going to be bad in the kitchen area. And I'm going to just spray all this here, going to be brand new paint, sprayed with the paint gun. And like I said, we're doing the floor. We're leveling the floor right now. Cut a nice patch out. Repaired all the bad stuff. So we got some leveler down here with the coating on it. So when you guys see it, again, it's going to be pretty much all done and set up. So just giving you guys an overview of the project. And, you know, so I'll bring you guys back and let you guys see the rest of the project. All right? Solution Man is always coming up with a solution. So these projects require a lot of work and time. Right? So just giving you a one around and show you see how we got everything masked off. We do everything professional. So, you know, this is like a pre-masking, and I'm going to mask all around the wood. I got special plastic that I'm going to put up around here and seal all of this completely in, all the way around. It's going to be sealed in, and I'll get the spray and we'll spray everything. As you can see, I started the masking here around the trim here. You can see the first beginning. The masking all over in here. So, you know, it's going to be perfect. It's going to look real nice. It's going to look real nice. Real nice. All right. So the Solution Man is giving you guys an update. All right. So I'll be back with another video, and we will be showing you the progression of the rest of the project. All right. Solution Man is out.